Hey guys, what's up? I am Dylan Gadino from PunchlineMagazine.com. You are watching A Tight Five. We're here at Comix Comedy Club in New York City. Today, my guest is legendary comedian Robert Schimmel. Robert, thank you very much for being here.
Oh, my pleasure.
You're a busy guy. I'm glad you took the time to be with us.
Well, it's my pleasure. I like the magazine.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I mean, you talk a lot about your kids and your daughters. Do you ever run it by them?
No.
No.
On stage is the last place left where you could do what you want.
Yeah.
Radio and everywhere else that people have a say in what you're saying and edit you and standards and practices and all that stuff. So it's live on stage. My 5-year-old son saw me a month ago. I was performing in San Jose at a theater that Charlie Chaplin and Houdini performed at.
Okay.
And there's a balcony up there.
Right.
And my 5-year-old wants to see me. You know, so my wife said, "What do you think?" And I said, "He's 5 years old. He doesn't know what I'm talking about."
Right.
And, you know, I'm not ashamed of what I do, and I'm not going to be around forever, and he'll remember, you know, seeing these things. Well, about 10 minutes into it, he went into the green room and asked my wife what fist-fucking a dolphin meant, and he's not allowed to see me anymore. That son got in trouble in school. He had an art project due and brought something in, and on the top in big letters it said vagina with a B and B-A-G-I-N-A, and underneath he drew a picture of what his interpretation of a vagina was.
Okay.
Looked a lot like a vagina, and I had explaining to do. Yeah, good for him. I have a 3.5-year-old that got in trouble at pre-kindergarten last week, called his teacher a butt wiener, and I don't even know where he got that from. I've never said that before.
Right. It's kind of the parent's job to, you know, embarrass their kids somehow. Is it even possible to embarrass your daughters at this point?
I don't know. My daughter that just turned 18 came up to me at I think it was at the Improv in Tempe, Arizona, and she asked me, I think it's on the special, but I didn't say where it was, but it was at the club, and she asked me if I knew what strawberry shortcake was. And I said, yeah, it's like a graham cracker crust with strawberries and whipped cream. And she's telling me it's this sex thing. And I couldn't believe my ears. I just really couldn't. And I said, you're making this up. And she said, no, Dad, it's real. She said, talk about it on stage. And she said, and I'll bet you it'll get a big laugh.
Can you tell me? I have no idea. I've never heard of that before.
Really?
No. Please tell us.
Supposedly, you're having sex, and right before you're done, you pull out and finish on the girl's face and then punch her in the nose or something. Like she's really going to be in the mood for cake after something like that.
Yeah,
so she told me that, and then she goes, try it on stage. And I said, Aaliyah, I'm not doing that on stage. She said, tell them I told you. I said, that's going to make it worse. If they don't laugh and go, oh, my kid told me to say that. I went out and did it. And the place went nuts. And I came off and she goes, told you.
You know, I wanted to mention, actually, we have a copy of Robert's Life Since Then, his new DVD. You know, I noticed that Dane Cook has, right on the front, Dane Cook has a little testimonial. Says, one of the most revered comedians of mine or anyone's generation, 6 fingers way up. It's, you know, when I think Robert Schimmel, I don't automatically think Dane Cook. And, you know, so how did this testimonial pop up?
Well, I was performing at the Laugh Factory in California, and I did this joke about this thing. I saw my daughter posing in a picture with some friends doing this hand signal thing. The shocker.
Shocker, yeah, sure.
So, and I didn't know what that was, and it's another education thing for my daughter. And she said it's 2 in the pink and 1 in the stink or whatever it is, and I said, I didn't have the heart to tell her that her mom was 6 in the pink and 5 in the stink. And he screamed in the back of the room. And he came over to me after and said, that's the funniest thing I've heard this year. And so when they said, we want a quote from somebody, I just happened to mention it to him. And he texted me the quote like immediately.
Yeah.
And he really is a great guy. I haven't even seen it.
It's, yeah, you should definitely check it out. Schimmel's pretty good. He's pretty good on it. Well, Robert, I appreciate you coming here.
Oh, thanks.
Chatting with me. Guys, go to your stores now to pick out Robert Schimmel, Life Since Then. Also, his book, Cancer on $5 a Day, is going to be out in paperback sometime.
On the 16th.
On the 16th.
Yeah.
So go out and buy that. You've been watching A Tight Five. I am Dylan Gadino with PunchlineMagazine.com. Thanks a lot, guys.